Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection, where I show DVDs, Blu-rays, and Laserdiscs from my collection that I've collected over the years. I'm sure a lot of you, everybody out there's got movie collections at home and stuff, and they got some really cool stuff and everything, but I like pointing out some videos and movies and stuff that maybe has fell under the radar of most people's, movie tastes and what they watch and stuff. So I like to kind of point out a few things from my collection that you may like. You may check out and be like, wow, I really like that. You may start following an actor or a director or a genre of movie anyway, or something, by just something I recommend. So that's the whole purpose of my channel. And this week I have some really cool stuff. I tried to put some stuff together to be like car related things, stuff related with cars and stuff, but I didn't have a lot. I wanted to include two movies that have Stacey Keach in it, so let's get right to that. And I'm really happy to have this edition. It's a Twilight Time edition, which, Twilight Time went out of business last year, and there's still a bunch of movies and everything. So I was able to find this for a good price, because a lot of them have skyrocketed in price because they're highly collectible now because they went out of business. And they have some of the best commentary tracks and everything, out there. So, and their movies look stunning. So this was a movie that I haven't had. John Huston directed this. John Huston, who made movies like The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, The Maltese Falcon, African Queen, stuff like that. So this was a movie he made in 1972 starring Stacey Keach, and that is Fat City. What's also really cool about this, it's got a young Jeff Bridges in there. Jeff Bridges was very, he made a lot of movies around 71 and 72. After he did The Last Picture Show, I think there was a lot of acclaim on him and stuff. So I got a lot of movies with Jeff Bridges coming up in the future. I just randomly have acquired movies with Jeff Bridges in it that are kind of off-key, kind of underrated movies. So stay tuned for those in the future. But anyways, let's get to Fat City. This is a movie about a washed-up a washed-up boxer played by Stacey Keach. And he's basically an alcoholic and down on his luck. And one day he goes down to the gym that he used to train at and everything, and he sees a young Jeff Bridges there working out and stuff. So he starts encouraging him, like, hey, you should do some prize bouts and do some fighting. And he's like, no. So he kind of builds him up and gets him to train, and gets his old coach, trainer, to kind of get involved with Jeff Bridges and get him ready and stuff. So he gets out there and he starts winning. He becomes really successful. And the whole time Stacey Keach is wanting to get back in there, but he's so beat up and he's older and he doesn't have it anymore. But part of the movie, it builds him up to this fight that he does. He gets out there to do a fight and everything, and I don't know, it's a really cool movie that you could probably pair with The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke. That would probably be a kind of a cool pairing of boxing movies, or maybe even Raging Bull if you wanted to just go with the obvious boxing movies. But yeah, Fat City, very underrated. John Huston did a handful of movies in the 70s. He did some movies like Wise Blood, which is another underrated movie I need to get to my collection, add to my collection one day. I don't have that yet. He made movies like, what did he make? What is it? It's on the tip of my tongue. I showed it recently. Sean Connery's in it. Michael. Oh God, what is it called? Anyways, he did a handful of movies in the 70s, and Really good movies, actually, and stuff. I think he passed away in like 1987, but yeah, this is kind of one of the first movies. He kind of came back in the 60s. He kind of did some questionable movies and stuff, and he kind of came back to just being John Huston with that one, Fat City. So go out there and get that. I believe it's also available non-Twilight time and stuff. Now, next up, I got a movie with Stacey Keach. This is from Scream Factory. This is a big deluxe edition with slip case and everything. A movie that I got recently. It's been a while. I've had it for a while. I just haven't been able to show it. It's called Road Games. It's from 1980, 80 or 81. 81. Stars Stacey Keach, Jamie Lee Curtis. And it's by a really cool Australian director, Richard Franklin, who would go on and direct a few other cool movies in the 80s. But this is a cool movie where Stacey Keach is like, he's an American, probably an American expatriate. He's starting over in Australia. And he's a trucker, and he's carrying this meat. He's got a refrigerated semi-truck loaded with meat, with beef, and he's carrying it basically across the country. They're having a meat shortage or something going on. It's kind of a science fiction-y kind of undertone to it. He basically sees hitchhikers and stuff, and he picks up Jamie Lee Curtis, who's an American down there in Australia too, and so they hit it off and everything. And I believe they think has seen some murders or something. So I don't want to give away the whole plot, but yeah, Road Games was a cool movie. I'm surprised it's took me this long to find it, but yeah, it's a great movie. It's definitely like a horror movie, but it's not super gory or anything. It's more in the lines of Alfred Hitchcock. Alfred Hitchcock was a big influence on Richard Franklin, and you can see it in this movie, and it's really good. I definitely recommend it. Stacey Keach gets to really talk. There's a lot of like monologues with him just driving and talking and stuff. He's got a dog with him, and it's a really kind of cool movie. Now, next up, this is a early 70s movie, also from 1974. This is probably a very early role for Nick Nolte. Martin Sheen hadn't been in a lot of stuff at this point, and it's got the great Vic Morrow in it. Vic Morrow, he's kind of infamously famous for he was in the Twilight Zone, the movie, back in 1982, 83, and they were filming that scene with the helicopter in Vietnam with the two kids, and they had that accident on set, and the chopper fell down, killed Vic Morrow and the two kids. And of course that scene was cut from the movie. The director was what's his name? Can't even think of his name. Picturing his face, but he had to go to court and kind of basically got out of it. But long story short, Vic Morrow was in all kinds of cool stuff. He was in a cool TV show, Army show called Combat, which is something I need to add to my collection. It's a really good show. I think you can find a lot of episodes on YouTube. It's called Combat, and he's in that. Plus, he's been in some westerns, and he's been in a lot of Army movies and stuff like that. Definitely check him out. Anyways, sidetrack there, guys. This movie is called The California Kid, and it's kind of a low-key movie. It's like I'm watching it, and I'm not sure if it came out theatrically or if this was like a TV movie or something. I'm not really sure. It may be a TV movie from back in the day. I'm not 100% on it. But it also has Michelle Phillips in it from the Mamas and the Papas. She was a singer and stuff. But it's really cool. It's basically takes place in this speed trap town. They kind of crooked judge, crooked police. They basically stop travelers from out of state, give them tickets, high fines, and hold stuff over them, pay him so they can let him go, so they can just get out of town and stuff. So they got this business going. Well, anyways, Martin Sheen, gets caught one day, and there had been some accidents and stuff where the police have like chased cars off the road and killed some people, and Martin Sheen's just going to get like, what's going on? I'm going to get behind this and figure out some stuff, because I think his brother got killed or something, and he's checking it out. Nick Nolte plays like, I don't know if he's like a mechanic. He works at a gas station. I forget what he is. It's very young Nick Nolte. But anyways, it was a really interesting movie. Pretty cool. Really like it. I mean, I would definitely watch it again. Directed by Richard Heffron. So this is through the Timeless Media Group release. But it also has an NBC Universal logo. So that leads me to think it may be a TV movie. But yeah, The California Kid. And finally, guys, this is a movie I got, probably got this in October or something, but this is a new release. This is Ford versus Ferrari. Stars Matt Damon and Christian Bale, and basically tells the story of Carroll Shelby, famous for the Shelby Cobra and amongst other things. Well, he was a big racer in the 60s, designing cars and racing in like Le Mans, races in Europe and stuff. So he gets with Ford, or Ford gets with him rather, to design a car to compete with Ferrari so they can win a race and finally knock Ferrari off, because Ferrari wins every year. So they kind of go into building the, I forgot what they call it. It's like the Ford, what is it? The Ford GT. It was later on. It was the Ford GT, kind of the Pantera even. It's kind of molded after, but those would come from this, kind of based on it and stuff. And it was really just designed, was genius. And Christian Bale plays the driver of the car, and he's kind of crazy, loves speed, and they get the car up to almost, I don't know, just way up there. And it's a really interesting movie. I mean, of course, it's a biography type of movie where they take liberties with stuff and everything, but it's still a lot of fun. If you're into cars, you're going to love it. It's got a lot of shots of racing and gear shifting and just all kinds of really cool cars in it, really nice cars. I love cars and trucks and stuff, and I thought it was a really good movie based on that alone. So it's definitely a movie to check out. And also, guys, I want to give a shout out to some YouTubers. These are some guys that I've subscribed to, and I watch their movies. I watch their episodes on their channels, and I watch everything, and they're really good channels that I think you should subscribe to. The first one is 101 Bronson, and I'll have the name down here. And he has a lot of cool stuff on, obviously, Charles Bronson, but a lot of good movies, a lot of westerns, and a lot of good stuff that you may see on my channel and some others. But I highly recommend 101 Bronson. Check him out, subscribe to him. And the second one is really cool. I believe he's out of the UK. Eastwood for Life Fan. That's his channel, and he is big on spaghetti westerns and westerns in general. He's a big fan of Clint Eastwood, obviously. He's helped me along finding and kind of sharpening up my spaghetti western skills because of all the numerous vast jungle of spaghetti westerns out there, and directors and aliases and the actors and the actresses and the writers, and so many movies, and where to start, everything. I mean, of course, I've watched all the Sergio Leone movies and Sergio Corbucci, but then there's all these other movies that I have not gotten into that I'm discovering and stuff. So he's kind of helped me along the way and stuff. He has a really good channel. He's been around for a while. That's Eastwood for Life Fan. That's his channel. Check him out. I highly recommend subscribing to him. Check his channel out. So that's about it, guys, for my channel. If you haven't subscribed to me, subscribe to my channel, where you'll see stuff like this and other things. And comment, a thumbs up, a like is always cool. Hit that bell so you're notified when I release a new episode. And check out all my past episodes. I got a lot of episodes I've recorded. I just turned over a year this month. Started last year. I achieved my 100 subscribers goal, which, you know, if you have subscribers, you have them. If you don't, you don't. It's all about your content and what you want to put out there and why you do this. It's not about how many you have or how much, you know. I'm happy with a little fan base, and if I have a few friends, I've made a few friends out of this that we can talk about movies and do stuff. That's cool and stuff. So, but I do want to broaden my fan base. I want to have, you know, more people to talk to about films and share videos and movies with other fans and stuff. So that's why I want, you know, to get more subscribers, people to subscribe to me, so we can just, you know, parlay movies. So anyways, guys, enough of my gabbing. So until next time, guys, I'm Mike. Be safe out there. Be cool. Watch a good movie.